When you insert images into your Word documents, those images may need some touching up. For example, you take photos. Those photos could be very high definition and take up a lot of space. They could come out a little bit dark, washed out, need some color, brightness, etc. Well, we have all of those tools at our disposal here in Word 2013, so we're going to experiment with them using our Media Doc 1 file, which does have a couple of photos here. They are stills from a couple of videos, Reflection and Ride By. Let's start with the reflection image. We'll click it to select it. It does kind of look a little bit dark, and you'll notice the Format tab appears under Picture Tools, and when we click there, you'll notice on the left-hand side we have an Adjust section. So we have Corrections, Color, even Effects. Let's start with Corrections. From here we can sharpen and soften, and we can also adjust the brightness and contrast. What's new here in Word 2013 are these little thumbnails that give you an idea of what you're selecting. First of all, you get a visual, but also as you hover over them, you can see what the brightness and contrast levels are going to change to, and you get a live preview right in the document itself. So I'm thinking this one might be good. Brightness 0%, contrast at -20. If we go off to the right, that's a little too much. Off to the left, a little too dark. So let's go with brightness 0, normal, contrast at -20%. When we select it, we've now updated the picture. If we go to the color drop-down, we also have things for saturation, tone, and recoloring. The saturation is the amount of color in our image, and if we wanted more, a more vibrant color to the point where it looks unrealistic, we can go that far right, or we can remove saturation, removing color all the way to the left where we end up with a black and white document. I'm thinking probably we could go up to 200% with this one. The next image definitely needs to improve on the color quality, so let's select it and go to that color drop down. And we'll bump the saturation up. I'm thinking 200% for that one is a little too much. Let's go to 100%. We'll go back to color, and we can also adjust the tone. You'll notice that it's actually measured in temperatures. So as we move to the right on this list, we're actually creating a warmer picture. Moving to the left would allow us to create a cooler looking picture. Let's go to a temperature of 5300 K. Looks nice. And also from the color drop down, you can recolor. So if you didn't want it to actually look realistic, you can see some recoloring options like sepia. We have some black and white options as well. A cool effect. And then we also have some accent colors if we wanted to go that route. I don't think we need to recolor this, so let's just click the color drop down to close it up and move to artistic effects, where we can apply some cool looking effects resembling media in some case. For example, as we move over these, you'll see one called marker, as if it were drawn with a marker. Or how about a pencil using grayscale, sketching. Some cool effects down here as well for glass. And you get a screen door effect if you wanted to as well. Lots of different ones to choose from. Just hover over them to see the end result in a live preview, and then you can select the one that you think best suits the document itself. As I hover over these, I'm thinking maybe something like this one here. Gives it a nice effect. So this second last one in the second last row is pastel smooth. We'll give it a click to apply that effect. Now at the same time, these documents can get very large when there are many images inserted. Think about taking images with a high-def camera, for example. The actual end result of your document can be very huge if you have huge images sitting inside them. So we have some options here for compressing pictures. If we go up to Compress Pictures, you'll see a dialog that allows us to apply it to the image that's selected. You might see check marks in both of these boxes. It depends what was used last, and the default is to apply it to the picture that's selected, but we want it applied to all of the images, and we do want to delete cropped areas out of our pictures. So this first image in a previous movie, we actually cropped it. Well, the part that we're looking at is visible. The cropped area is still there. We just don't see it. It's taking up space that it doesn't need to. So deleting the cropped areas will make your document size a little bit smaller. And then we can also target our output and change the resolution. Let's say we're only going to be emailing this. Well, we could choose the email option, which brings the PPI down to 96. So what we're going to end up with is a much smaller document, a lower quality image, but it's only going to be viewed in email. If it's going to be printed, we could go to the higher quality. It's a higher document size in the end, but we're still compressing it. Let's go to screen. This is going to be viewed on web pages, maybe projectors. So we'll select that one and click OK. So we've just reduced the entire file size by compressing the images, both images in this document if we deselect that checkbox. We can change the picture from here if we wanted some other image in there. We can even reset the picture so it would remove all the special effects and touch-ups. I think what we have here in the end looks pretty good, so we'll just deselect and save our changes. So it's good to know when you are inserting images into your Word documents, you have a number of tools at your disposal for touching them up and making them look their best.